All right, time now is 1:27 p.m. on November 8th. And wow, crazy, 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 crazy. So yesterday at around 1 a.m. I saw a YouTube, like I went to YouTube and I saw Philip DeFranco doing lives, and the title of the live video is "Breaking: Joe Biden is the next president of the USA." And I'm like, holy shit, really? And then I went to Google and checked. Wow, it's true. He passed 270. And then I went to Twitter and it's just blowing up. Everyone from the East Coast had just woken up. People from the West Coast hadn't woken up yet. So all the people from the East Coast, all the East Coasters, they're all celebrating like holy shit. And it's crazy. It's crazy. And then people are celebrating like on the streets of Manhattan and DC, like just parading. Pretty crazy stuff. Really fantastic. Not gonna lie. Yeah. If Trump refuses to concede, refuses to leave the White House, like there would be people dragging him out, and that would be hilarious. I would really want to watch that. And yeah, just I know that Joe Biden isn't perfect. I mean, come on, he sniffs kids. But at least he's way better than the other candidate. Um, or at least that's my opinion. If you have a different opinion, I totally respect you, and you totally have the right to express it as well, just as much as I do. And again, it's sad to see that a portion of Hong Kongers, actually only 42%, according to statistics for some reason, but that's good. 42% of Hong Kongers who responded to said survey actually supports Trump simply because he hates China, and a good portion also understands and realizes that Trump has made some very bad mistakes that had led to some devastating consequences, like, I don't know, thousands of people in the USA dying because of how poorly he handled the situation of the coronavirus, and also all the other stuff, the corruption. Um, but the reason why this many Hong Kongers still support Trump is because Trump hates China. But I think if you rely on one person in order to fight against a communist tyrannical regime, uh, that's not going to work. Okay, what you need to do, instead of relying on one person, you need to rely on more people. You need to get more help. So instead of hoping that Trump would win so that he would take another jab at China, maybe spread awareness of the situation, of the terrible things happening because of the tyrannical regime that is the CCP, and sort of get the attention of people from other countries, not only in the USA. I mean, in the UK, in France, Canada, Germany, the Nordic countries. The Nordic countries has a very high living quality. And surprisingly, especially for Sweden, actually, they have been pretty responsive to the things that have been going on in Hong Kong. Same goes for Australia. Australia has always been a huge supporter of the Hong Kong movement, and I think that Hong Kongers shouldn't just rely on Trump, and there are many other people that can help, honestly. Anyways, another thing that had happened is I woke up and once again Mary had texted me. My heart. My heart. This time she texted me at around 4 a.m. and I'm like, bro, yesterday you fell asleep at around 12 midnight and now you're texting me at around 4 a.m. And she's like, yeah, I was drinking with friends all night long. Damn, Mary. Like, this is something that I will never do because I don't have friends. Not many, and B, I'm not huge alcohol expert. But yeah, just I'm just happy I'm able to speak to Mary, and we continued to have a pretty nice conversation, you know. Like, I told her, well, I guess I have to wait for another half a year to go to my college, like, physically be there. And then she's like, oh, that's great, you can meet a lot of friends. And I'm like, yeah, but I still miss secondary school, you know. Making friends is so much easier in secondary school. And he's like, yeah, she's like, yeah, you know. And yeah, Mary is a real G, she's a real unit. And again, she acts really nice now. Um, she's, but I wouldn't say she's basic or shallow or anything. Like, I still feel a hint of darkness in her. Like, if right now is the year 2017 or something, then that darkness would be so much more present in every single person. If I speak to Mary in 2017, like, she would be a little edgier. And if I speak to Natalie, she would be unstable. If I speak to Jordana in 2017, she would still be like, yeah, you know, I'm actually a dangerous person. Though I'm not afraid of Jordana at all. I mean, dangerous people, right? Sociopaths and whatnot. I'm not scared of them anymore because I know how to deal with them. I'm not an expert though. Like, I may as well fuck up. But at least I'm not frightened anymore. I know how to deal with psychopaths and sociopaths and the like. You know, I've had a fair share of experience, and I know how to befriend them. Actually, no, not really, but I can try. You know, wouldn't hurt. Um, and that's the fun in secondary school. Really, is that you don't necessarily have to hang out with the good friends. You know, you can also hang out with terrible, terrible people, and you will still get something out of it. And it's a game. It's a game, and it's fun as hell. Yeah. Anyways, I am going to go to my mom's office for 12,000 hours now, and I will not be able to upload anything today, unfortunately. And I will be doing some homework. I will be polishing my conspiracy script, and I will also be I will also be listening to music. Three things. Three things. Hey. Tonight I come back home, I watch ReZero, and tomorrow I'm gonna make an anime review and an album review. Double review day. You know what's up. Okay, time now is 12:02 after midnight on November 9th. Yay! So I just spent 14,000 hours in one of my mom's company's offices, just listening to music. I was actually really productive because I finished 2 homework, and tomorrow I still have 3 homework to finish, so I still don't know if I have time to play Minecraft tomorrow, plus 2 reviews. I also did go over my script again, fix some scenes, rewrite some scenes, add some lines. There were moments when I was writing my script in the last 3 years when I was writing, like, I don't know, Natalie's line. And then Natalie would speak to me in WhatsApp suddenly. Or I would be writing a line, Mary's line, or more like the line of the character who's based off of Mary, and Mary would speak to me, which happened today. But then, again, Mary's a little busy today, and that's fine. I didn't expect her to, you know, talk to me 24/7. That would be kind of dumb, because I'm nowhere near, you know, one of her most important, like, people. I don't even think, like, she consider me as a friend, though she's really friendly to me. She's really nice and polite towards me, and we do be having some good conversations. Though I feel like I'm not like a close friend, let alone a friend, but that's already enough. You know, a damn good conversation with Mary is already something that I'm really happy about. Um, yeah, but yeah, I don't know what to say to Mary. Like, I of course I have a lot to say, but I can't just straight up say it. But at the end, I did tell her how much I would always daydream that I would wake up one day and then I look at my phone and I would see Mary in WhatsApp, and it actually happened. And Mary's like, lol, I texted you this morning. And I'm like, yeah, well, it came true. Uh, but there you go. There you go, folks. There you go. So yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna be really busy tomorrow. 2 reviews. I'm gonna be doing 3 homework, 2 reviews, and it's going to be really busy. And then tomorrow, actually, 3 days. Tomorrow, after the day after tomorrow, technically, but still for me it's tomorrow. At 3 a.m., exactly 3 a.m., I have to enroll for the classes for spring semester as well as winter semester. And I'm going to take full units in the next semester, aka the winter semester, which is, I think, optional, but I'm going to take full units, okay? I'm going to take Spanish and psychology, which are both pretty interesting classes, in my opinion. But then again, I've never actually studied Spanish or psychology in a school before. So I don't know if it's going to be fun or not. I mean, to be fair, I've never even studied film or media in a class before. I've never even studied any of these. I don't know how the syllabus will be like. Yeah, anyways, Spanish and psychology, full maximum number of units, 5 and 3. Add them together, you get an 8. And then in the spring semester, I won't take full units, like maximum units. The maximum units allowed is 16. I'm going to take 14, which is still a lot. I'm still going to take 4 classes, especially given the fact that one of them is maths, and then 2 film classes. One of them is film introduction, and then the other is a script writing, and then another psychology, because I don't want to wait another 12 months to study another psychology class. I'm going to immediately follow up psychology 1 with psychology 3. And yeah, I don't think it's going to be a huge problem for me. I don't think there's going to be that many homework. For math homework, I think I can handle it just fine, because I heard that American maths is really easy. And yeah, that is all for today. Yippee! Yay! So I'll play Minecraft 2 days later on November 10th, and yeah, I don't know what else to say. I guess I should just stop talking. I haven't asked Mary about, like, where was she born, like which city to be exact. And I've yet to like recommend her music and stuff. But yeah, I will not tell Natalie or Cedric or Grant about, me and Mary speaking to one another, because to be fair, it's not that crazy. Me speaking to people isn't a crazy thing anymore. If I'm like 15 years old right now and I'm speaking to people, it's crazy. Like, young me would never do that. But I'm old now, okay? I speak to people. I socialize with people. That's what I do, okay? I'm old and I do that. But yeah. I still have a lot to say with Mary, and Mary still seems like a real G, whatever that means. So, yeah. I'm gonna watch some anime now, and I'm gonna go to bed. Oh, right, one of my homework for my media class is making a music video. Finally, a homework that I care about. Oh my god. Music videos? Sign me up, boy. Sign me up. And the next homework has something to do with TV shows. I'm in. Guys, I'm in. Okay? I'm in. I'm gonna get an A. Also, I did a quiz today for my media class, and I got a 10 out of 10, and I didn't even read the textbook. I just read the PowerPoint, which is like a summary. I didn't even read the textbook. It's so goddamn easy. I got a 10 out of 10. It's so friggin' easy. Okay, so I just received terrible news. I don't know why, but I checked my class schedule, and all of a fucking sudden. So originally in my plan, right, I was going to study winter 2021, okay, this is my new plan. For my original plan, I was going to study, let's see, right here. I was going to study Spanish 1 and Psychology 1 for winter, Math 20, Film 1, Film 20, and Psychology 3 for spring. This is my original plan. So, okay, I went here. Winter 2021. Psychology. I don't know why, but a bunch of them are closed. I don't fucking know why. They're all closed, and I thought, okay, maybe it's just a glitch, because some are open, and then some are closed. For some reason, it's the same class, and some are open, and some are closed, and it's not even because of, you know, like, flexible or scheduled or anything. It just random, some of the classes just are randomly open, and some of them are just randomly closed. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's just a glitch. So I went to Schedule Planner, and then turns out it's not a glitch. When I tried to add a course, and I added Psychology 1, right? There are only 3 options, 1509, 1511, 1512. And originally, I planned to take 1515 right here, and it's gone. I can't find 1515. It's not fucking available all of a sudden. Oh my god. Oh my god. My entire goddamn plan is foiled. 1515. Closed. Since when? Since when? Alright, and then originally I wanted to take Spanish as well. As you can see right here, Spanish. And it's 1537, right? Spanish. Here we go. Both closed. Both closed. So I went to Schedule Planner and I tried to look for Spanish, right? Doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. Because both are closed. So it doesn't exist. Then why is it still an available subject in the class search? And why does it still say this? Oh my god. And it just says closed. Like, last time I checked it, it says opened. Now it's closed? Can't you tell me earlier? Can't you fucking tell me earlier? Okay, now there's my new plan. As you can see, old plan, new plan. Okay. Okay, better comparison. Old plan, new plan. Now, I just spent like friggin', I don't know, 1.5 hours, actually 1 hour, just doing research. Okay, fuck. How am I gonna remake my plan? The only way is putting Chemistry 10 here and then Psychology 1 here. But this is pain. Because Chemistry 10 is 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. Psychology 1, the only available Psychology 1 courses are 12 at midnight to 4 a.m. So I will be awake from 0 to 11. I'll be pulling an all-nighter, guys. I will be pulling an all-nighter. Even though, sure, it's only partially scheduled, right? That's fine. But there's a chance when it is scheduled, when it is exams, so when it is the midterms or the final exams, I have to pull all fucking nighters for my exams. I don't know why. And I have to do the same thing for spring. So originally, my spring courses are Math 20, Film 1, Film 20, Psych 3. Well, even though the only class that's changed is Anthropology 2, but if you look at the numbers, right? Look at the numbers. Pretty much all of it is changed. Pretty much all of it, okay. Pretty much all of it is changed other than the first one. So now this one is also scheduled, which means now I have to wake up 10 a.m. every Tuesday for this, and then Wednesday and Friday for this, which isn't terrible, but still, originally I could have had a lot of time. This is even more confusing actually, because a few months ago I actually emailed a certain professor asking if I can join his film class, and then and that's for fall. And then he says no, because my class is full. Though you can join my class in spring. I will teach it. So I went to spring, and then I went to film, and the class is film 1. This is the professor, and it says closed. But he promised in the email that he would teach the class. Why the fuck is it closed? Oh my god. I have been scammed. I have been bamboozled so hard, so fast. I have never experienced before. My entire plan is thrown to a wrench. And now I have to potentially pull all-nighters during the winter season. 2020 just doesn't stop delivering. This is fine. I can handle this. Definitely. Okay? But this is glory. This is the definition of glory, okay? This is glory, okay? 12 to midnight all the way to 11. Oh, sure, I can pull off 1.5 hours of sleep. How does that even matter? How does that even fucking... Oh my god. I'm so done, so done, so done. I can do one thing, though, because this is like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. For some reason, I can actually tell the professor that man's gotta sleep. So instead, let's not do Tuesdays and Thursday. Let's do Wednesdays and Fridays for this. So I can at least sleep, even though my sleep schedule will be absolutely fucked in the asshole. I am so done. And because I moved Spanish 1 away, so now I have to move Spanish 1 all the way from here, winter 2021, to here, fall 2021, because I realized that you can't study Spanish in summer and winter, okay? I think that's the case. I'm not sure. And also, apparently, Spanish class is entirely taught in Spanish, so maybe I'll do some Duolingo work. And when Spanish 1 is in fall 2021, then Spanish 2 must be moved from fall 2021 to spring 2022. Okay, now, spring 2022 originally has chemistry 12, right? Chemistry 12. Where's chemistry 12 now? Right here. What if it's not available in winter? My entire plan is screwed. Also, chemistry 11 in fall 2021. And, yeah, before it's chemistry 10, I moved chemistry 10 to spring. Now I can move chemistry 11 to fall. Right? And then psychology 3 is now moved to winter. And, yeah. And the classes are still, the units still make sense. So none of them are over the limits. None of them are too low. This is 14 out of 16. This is 6 out of 8. But all of these are maximum. So nothing can go wrong, guys. Nothing can go wrong. 2.5 years. Though what I'm going to do... It's 1:37, by the way. Though what I'm going to do tomorrow when I enroll for classes is I'm going to go for my original plan first. I'm going to still use my original plan because, again, 12 in the midnight all the way to 11 a.m. in the morning. I am only a human being, okay? I am only a human being. So I'm going to go with my original plan. If the enrollment system thing says, hey yo, your numbers are invalid. Those classes are closed for some mysterious, spooky reasons. Then I'm going to go with plan 2, where I have to stay up all night from midnight to 11 a.m. Midnight to 11 a.m. That's it, I'm watching anime. It's a good thing. I'm so incredibly lucky that it's still plausible. So none of the... because of this sudden weird change to the class schedule, to the available classes, I don't have to deal with classes that have a lot of prerequisites or have conflicted schedules, if I encounter these two problems, my entire plan will be fucked and I will definitely need more than 2.5 years. But I'm lucky enough to not experience that. So let's hope, fingers crossed, that in the next 26 hours, within the next 26 hours, no more classes will be mysteriously closed before the enrollment even begins for no goddamn reason. Because if that's the case, I would destroy my entire laptop and send nukes to my bed. I will nuke my bed, basically. Just whatever. I'm still upset about this, but on the bright side, it's still plausible. Just pain and agony. Pain and agony. Pain and agony. And also, when I made my original plan, I also did a lot of research on the teachers. I picked, the teachers, the professors that are, the highest rated in the rateyourprofessor.com. But I guess I can't do that now because, again, classes mysteriously closed. I have limits now, I guess. I don't even know what's going on. Are they closed because the teachers have COVID? Is that what happened? They're all closed because for some reason the professors that I originally picked for just got the coronavirus. Well then you could have told me then. You could have told me then. Also, it's my younger cousin's birthday. Shout out to my younger cousin. Okay, so time now is 1:30 1:40 p.m. on November 9th, I believe. That is right. So, I just figured a change of location would be a little refreshing, and since my parents aren't home, I'm in their room right now, aka the computer room, at the same time. So, a few things to talk about. Yesterday, or more like this morning, I couldn't sleep. I didn't sleep until 4:30, which is 1 hour later than my usual. And, I just couldn't do anything about it. I mean, I had to finish watching ReZero, and, after finishing ReZero, it's already 3:30, and then I wrote my review. I finished my review, and then I went to brush my teeth, and then I fell asleep at around 4:30. That's it. I woke up at around 12:45. I had a pretty peculiar dream. Again, very fragmented, nothing vivid. I remember one part of the dream is where I was sitting on the ground, and in front of me is a girl. But the girl is way older than me. So it's a woman, I guess. Not way older, but I think 20-something years old. And I keep on accidentally hitting her with my knees. With my knee. And she keeps on turning back, thinking that I'm trying to touch her. And then the teacher was... So yeah, it was like a classroom, but it was not a normal classroom. Not a classroom in a traditional sense. So the teacher was at the very front. She couldn't see anything, but because the woman in front of me kept turning back, the teacher thought I was doing something shady. So the teacher was like warning me, and I could have defended myself, but in order to spare the hard work of trying to defend myself, I just left the room, which is kind of sad, really. I also dreamed about Mary texting me, though when I woke up today, not a single Mary text. Which is fine. Again, I am so far from being like a close friend of hers, let alone a friend. So this is totally fine. I don't expect, to be able to speak to Mary every day. I think the fact that I'm able to have multiple conversations with her in the last few days is already something miraculous. You know, it's already something that I should not take granted, and I should savor every moment of it. And I also dreamed about finding my Chinese notebook, like actually finding it and having it. And man, it's crazy how fast my dreams catch up. And my notebook is sort of hidden inside my other notebook, so it's two notebooks but disguised as one. But I don't think that's the case in real life, so I don't know. I think it's truly gone. Anyways, what I'm going to do today, today is going to be quite busy, because, yeah, because I have, three homework to do, though I can actually finish one of them tomorrow before 4 p.m., but it's better if I finish them today. Other than that, I have to enroll for spring and winter semester, which again, I originally had a really, really good plan on which courses to take and which not to take, but because the available classes list suddenly freaked out, I can't do that now for some reason, and I'm risking a chance that I have to pull an all-nighter from 12 midnight all the way to 11 a.m. in the morning on the next day. So, pain indeed. Um, and yeah. So instead of taking psychology 1 and Spanish 1, I'll be taking psychology 1 and jump straight to chemistry 10. Yeah. Yeah. And it's weird. 11, okay, two classes are 11 hours long, really? Can a class be that long? But okay, to be fair, it's like a, because it's a winter semester, so it has to be longer, but still, imagine a Zoom class that is 6 hours long. Like, come on. Have a life, Have a life. You can't do that. So maybe I'll speak with the professor and we'll work something out. I'm sure of that. But this is the best alternative solution I can ever find. Another thing I'm going to do today, two things: film the ReZero anime review and then an album review. And then, yeah, tonight I'm going to watch Dark again. And that's all for today. And today I'm going to finish up my script, my Conspiracies short film script. I'm going to send around. I promised Austin that I would send it to him after I finish it. And maybe I'll send it to Miriam and Zara as well, who are still, for some reason, interested. Yeah, this script, because it's so condensed, it's so edgier now. And yesterday, I was actually struggling to write lines, but there was one line I wrote yesterday that I was really, really proud of. It was such a memorable and impactful line. I thought, man, this line is going to be a killer. People are going to remember this line. It's going to become a quote. So, and the line is, I don't want to spoil it, but the line is basically a girl saying to the main character, "Why do you trust me? I'm not even that good of a person." And the main character responds by saying, "Well, if you're that good of a person, why would I even find you in the first place?" Oh. That's some good shit over there. But yeah, that's all for today. Cheers, orange juice. Alright, time now is 11:20 p.m. on November 9th. Yeah, it's my younger cousin's birthday. Shout out to my younger cousin. I've said this yesterday already. It's fine. I'll say it again. No Mary today. I have never, okay, like, imagined I've never seen someone walk through such a short hallway in such a long time. Anyways, I've never imagined Like, one day I would say, no Mary today, as if they're supposed to be Mary today. Again, I don't take texts from Mary for granted. In fact, I do the opposite. Every single text from her is a gift, is a blessing, in my opinion. And, you know, she's just gotta, handle other things. And it's fine. It really is. And, I don't want to complicate things. So, her not replying to me, gray ticking my messages doesn't mean anything. It's just that, okay, end of conversation. There's no meaning to it. There's no connotations to it. Let's not complicate things, okay? And some people find gray ticking a bad thing, and that's not true at all. Because someone always has to end a conversation, right? A conversation must always have an ending. So there's got to be one person who says the last thing. Okay, why is someone throwing a... I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. Yeah, anyways, right now I'm gonna do some homework, and then I'm gonna listen to some music, watch Dark. At 3 a.m. sharp, I'm going to enroll for my classes. I'm gonna go for my first plan 1 first. If plan 1 fails, if it doesn't allow me to enroll these classes for some weird reason, then I'm gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna go for plan B. Okay. That's all. Also, one thing about homework in American college so far is that a lot of homework involve like free thinking. Like I'm allowed to write whatever I want. There's no right answer. And it's really cool, and I find myself more interested in those homework, or well, yeah, even though I think if all of the homework or most of the homework are like this, I think it's not good. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. An interesting thought. Aside from that, tomorrow I have to leave my apartment again. Again. So that is why I spent a little time just then editing my Thoughts Update October Part 5, which is scary because I realized that I've been doing too much of this, so I need to tone it down. And tomorrow I'm gonna have to leave early. My mom's gonna finally give me a credit card. We're gonna go to a bank and do the necessary things, and we're gonna have tea. And yeah, my version 11 of my script is finished. I sent it to the short film guy. I sent it to Austin. Maybe I'll send it to Zara and Miriam tomorrow. Miriam seems to be having a good time in her Instagram stories, hanging out with her friends. What's the name? Claire. I've never used this name in my videos before, but Claire was one of my classmates in Form 3. Same with Miriam. I'm going to send one to Miriam, and I'm going to send one to Zara. And I don't know if anything crazy is going to happen next Thursday, but since November 11th is Veterans Day, also Singles Day, wouldn't it be friggin' fantastic if Natalie and Grant are like, yo, want to hang out? So my single ass is going to hang out with my coupled friends for the extra shame and patheticness. That would be amazing. Again, I don't think I and Mary would ever work out, to be honest. Especially the fact that I told Mary I have to leave at some point, so it's very temporary. Um, but then again, me being able to text with Mary is already a blessing in and of itself, and I savor every moment of it. I I know it's good, and I am happy about it. I savor every moment of it. I cherish every opportunity because I know it's rare. And if it weren't for my courage, this would have never happened. So, fantastico. All right, so time now is 3:15 a.m. in the morning. I um I immediately started enrolling for the classes for the next 2 semesters from my college the moment it's 3 a.m. in the morning. And the psychology class that I wanted to join in my second plan, all right? In my second plan. In my first plan, it's the same class but completely online. But in the second plan, because the class in the first plan got canceled, now I'm like, okay, fine. I'll take another class. And then that another class gets closed again. So I'm like, fuck. What should I do? So I immediately went to the available class list, and all of it are closed, aside from 2 classes. And out of the 2, I'm like, screw it, I don't have time, I'm just gonna pick one right now. So, yeah. I really don't know why. I really don't know why almost all the classes are closed before I've even arrived at the enrollment date. I have no idea why. This is bullshit. This is the definition of bullshit. Like, I really don't have... I have no idea why. And now my schedule is fucked up. And this is terrible because it is essential for my schedule to be perfect, because I'm in Hong Kong right now, and I don't want to wake up in the middle of the night just to go to a class. Also, I have other stuff to do in Hong Kong as well. Like, I don't know, making a short film. So I have to make my schedule as clear as possible, which means that I want as much online classes as possible. Like, fully online. Not even Zoom recordings. Just online. Just taught through, like, words, okay? Now my schedule is messed up. I have to take that 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. chemistry class. And, yeah. Yeah. I really don't know what's going on. I really have no idea. Really don't. I really don't know what's going on. I feel so defeated right now. I still managed to, like, even though I can't enroll for the classes I planned so hard to enroll into, I'm like, screw it, whatever the case may be, I'm going to put down some numbers. But these are not the classes that I want to take. And there's also something called the open seat notification list, where if a class is somehow opened, I will be alerted and I can go into it. So I went to Spanish 1, which is something that still exists. And then for the spring semester, I went into the notification list for Psychology 3, which is something that I originally intended to join. Yeah. This is bullshit. This is some major BS right here. I don't know why. And yeah, I just don't know why. So I sent 3 letters immediately after putting down the numbers in my college website. I immediately sent 3 emails to 3 separate professors asking them what the heck is going on? Why are all your classes closed? Of course I said it politely. And I said, okay, even though it's closed, can I still join? Is there a chance that I can join? If there's something called the instructor's code, where if I'm given a code, maybe I can join, okay? Even though it says it's full. So I asked them if I can have the instructor's code, if it exists for your class. I was already being really, really polite, but yeah, there we go. I sent 3 emails for this. But yeah, I guess I'm taking anthropology in spring. Film 20, now it's scheduled, but it's still available. That class didn't mysteriously disappear. The Film 1 class in spring, it's fully online, it's great, but in rateyourprofessor.com, the professor here, not so good. So I kind of don't want to take his class. The maths class is fine, even though I need to wake up early every Wednesday and Friday, and I need to wake up early on Tuesdays as well. My next semester, my winter semester is fucked, basically. Again, I'm taking that chemistry class 5 to 11 a.m. in the morning, and then another chemistry, psychology class, which goes from, let me see, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 10:15 a.m. to 12 p.m. afternoon, which is, well, I'm fucked. Because 10:15 a.m. to 12 at noon is my 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. in the morning. I'm actually fucked. Oh no. Oh yeah, I'm right. It's 2 to 4 a.m. So 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. in the morning. And then continuously 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. in the morning. Amazing. Let's hope that these professors respond to me and sort of answer the question, why are these classes closed before the enrollment even begins? Because I want to know what the heck happened there, okay? Alright, time now is 12:35 afternoon on November 10th. Yeah, another morning without Mary's text. Ooh. But I know she's doing her thing, so you know, it's whatevs. Didn't sleep until 4:30 yesterday, this morning as well. I think it's not really 4:30, but it's more like I went to bed at around 4, because I was doing my enrollment stuff at 3 a.m. and then afterwards I had to write my reviews and all that stuff. So yeah, and then I woke up earlier today at around 11:30, and then I had to wait for my mom. Yeah, it's dumb, it's stupid. And then I received an email from the psychology professor. Oh, Pink is texting me. I'm in the middle of a video right now. Alright. So the psychology professor emailed me back. Didn't answer why her class is closed. Didn't answer why. But she did say, you know, you can go to the wait list and wait for the class. Which is weird, because I went to the website and I'm like, there is no wait list option. There is no wait list page. It doesn't exist for some reason. I can't find it. In the last semester, I can find it. Now it's just gone. I know where it's supposed to be, okay? So, yeah, it's all BS. It's all bullshit. I've been scammed. And then I received an email saying, because I had the open seat notifications list, you know, if there is an available seat in a class, I'm like, whoa, I will be notified. So I got a notification for Psychology 3, and I'm like, oh my god. So I immediately went to my laptop, opened it, turned it on, tried to add my Psychology 3 class. Nope, it's full again. Within 10 minutes. Within 10 minutes between me receiving the email and me typing the numbers and pressing the add button, someone had already added it. And now it's full again. Just hip hip hooray. But I don't mind taking Anthropology 3 in the next spring. Like, I don't mind it at all, though it would be better if it's psychology. It's like a little continuation from my winter. So yeah. Anyways, I have to leave my apartment soon, so I have to do, right now I'm going to film the Adrian Lenker album review, and then edit it immediately, and then afterwards I'm going to have some lunch, and then I also ate some cereal for breakfast, and also milk. Supposedly it's supposed to be expired 3 days ago. It's not expired yet. It doesn't taste spoiled. And then afterwards, I'm going to finish up some homework, the annotated bibliography. Shouldn't be that difficult. Shan't be that difficult. And then afterwards, I'll be leaving to a bank, and all is well. Alles ist gut. That's all. Tonight, maybe I'll play some Minecraft tonight, because I know it's been 12 years since I've done that, and by 12 years I mean 5 days. Yeah. Folks, I have returned to home. As of now, it is 7:21 p.m., and I have quite a few things to talk about. So let's talk about my experience today. So I went to the hot district. I say hot not because it's very populous, but it's like, I know a good number of people that I know live in that district, and that is the infamous Taikoo. And I went to the mall there. My mom tried to, go to a bank, a city bank, and get me a card, but the city bank's like, no, you need to book an appointment. And my mom's like, what? That's crazy. And then afterwards, she went to a watch store to repair a watch, and then afterwards we went to the central district, and we went to a couple banks to in order to try to get me a debit card, and and then afterwards we went to the psychiatrist. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this before, but like, every year, like maybe twice every year since I was like 4 or something, I've been meeting different psychiatrists. For some reason, though I'm really normal, I considered myself very normal. I talk to people like Pink and Leo, and they consider me very normal. Yeah, my mom's like, nope, you're weird, you have to go see a psychiatrist. Actually, I can say this. Maybe when I was 10 or 11 and 12, I was still kind of crazy. Not crazy, but like just a little paranoid. Also very socially awkward. My mom said when I was even younger, like when I was, I don't know, 6 and 7, my mom said I had like symptoms of autism, which I completely disagree. I think my actions back when I was young is completely normal. I don't speak to people all that much when I was young. Like, I don't like making eye contact with people. I always sit by myself and draw and write, and I hide under tables and stuff. That's just what an introverted kid would do. And if you interrupt that kid too much, the kid's gonna cry. It's totally normal. Yeah, anyways, that is my last psychiatry meeting, because I'm already 18, I don't have to follow this thing anymore, and, case is closed, because I'm perfectly fine. And then afterwards, my mom brought me to my grandpa's, headstone, not really headstone, like, his urn, where his ashes were stored in the cemetery, and I've actually never been to a cemetery before, other than that one time when I was, I think, 6 years old or something. Not six, maybe I was 8 or 9 back then, or 10. But the last time I went to a cemetery, I cried because I was so scared seeing all of these dead people. I mean, yeah, I don't see the dead bodies, but cemeteries symbolize death. So, of course, given that the child that I was, I cried, I couldn't take it, I was so scared, and I ran away. Flash forward to 2020, when I'm 18 years old right now. I went to the cemetery, and it's not that I'm completely okay with it. There's a certain mood about it. Just and it's very empty, by the way. It's not like everybody's there or something. Like, it's very empty. The cemetery is very empty, eerie, and the sky was cloudy and foggy, and it was like about to be sunset, so the sky was getting dark, and it was just very, like, kind of sad, but in a poignant way, I guess. So I visited my grandfather's grave, and then afterwards, I went back home, and my mom and I assumed that, I'm never going to see my grandfather's grave ever again, because chances are I will never ever go to West Hong Kong district, which is where the biggest hospital in Hong Kong is situated, and the cemetery just so happens to be in that same district as well. Anyways, on the way home, I chatted with Pink, and I was like, have I told you about Mary yet? Like, I had a conversation with her, and she's like, no. So I told her, and Pink said, I should be careful of her. And then I said, yeah, of course I'm careful with anyone who I'm not familiar with. I mean, ever since what happened in Form 2, okay, like, there is a point where I just don't trust anyone, and it's perfectly fine. It's not like it's driving me crazy or anything, but of course I'm careful with Mary, though I don't want to be too careful, because I don't want to feel like I'm talking to a serial killer when I speak to someone, especially a girl that I like. I want to be free. I want to say whatever I want to say. So, yeah. But, yeah, Pink was like, you got to be careful and stuff, because a woman's heart is a needle under the sea, which is a saying, and it's funny because it comes from Pink, who's also a woman, and who also has a complicated mind, I guess. Pink is kind of complicated as well, I have to admit, though she's a real good person. She's really nice, and it's great being friends with her. Yeah, and then she quoted Kingsley. Kingsley, the Chad, the ultimate boy, you know him. She and Pink were texting, and Kingsley told Pink that there's a Japanese saying that every man or every person has 3 faces. One face to show the people you don't know, another face to show in front of your family and friends, and another face you keep to yourself, which is funny. It's almost like that Jordana layer thing, like, ooh, my first layer, I'm a normal person. The second layer, I'm emotionless, but the third layer, I'm not gonna tell you. Only me and my delusional imaginary friend know. But I'm pretty sure Jordana doesn't believe in that philosophy anymore. I'm pretty sure that Jordana, in comparison to her past self, I think Jordana is more sane now. I have no idea, honestly, and it's not that I care or anything. But yeah, back to Mary. Pink said, there are some people who, like, Pink heard some people say that it's not a good idea being friends with Mary. And I'm like, Mary totally doesn't give off the Jordana vibe. Even though they do sound kind of similar in that they're very upbeat and they act really nice, though Mary's honest. Like, Mary talks about how she doesn't even understand her own personality, and that, she's not that good of a person. She had made some terrible decisions back in Forms 1 and 2, which had brought about some trauma, and both me and her and everyone else in 1C and 2C realized that the classes of doom and death and trauma, 1C and 2C, we are veterans at this point. Yeah, actually, in a way, because some people are like skeptical of Mary, because some people are like, oh, don't be friends with Mary. But because there are actually people who's like, oh, don't be friends with Mary, she's dangerous. That makes me like Mary. That's actually literally one of the reasons why I want to understand Mary, because she's enigmatic. She is polarizing. There are people who think she's really, really nice and really good, and then there are some people who believe she's, I don't know, honestly. I wish I could interview more people, honestly. I wish I could, just go around and ask people, what's your opinion on Mary, But I can't do that, because that's weird. But if I could, of course I would. And, yeah, that makes me want to know Mary even more. That makes me like Mary even more, because I like complicated women. I know it's a weird way to say this, but if a woman is really simple, if a woman is an open book and you can just read her easily, if you can understand a woman's personality in the first conversation, that's not my type, man. I like people who have layers, I like people who doesn't exactly show their entire self immediately right off the bat in the first conversation. I like people who are more enigmatic and who's more of a puzzle to solve. And that's what happened between me and Natalie, really. Like, at first Natalie is a threat to me, Natalie's this really dangerous, psychotic, little, smart, crazy girl who goes around, with a pair of scissors, like a little demon girl, and then she's really smart. She gains a lot of people's trust and respect. She's scary, and I begin being friends with her, and it's sort of this trial and error thing where I piss her off, and she attacks me, given the coward that I was. I fail, and until we begin really trusting each other and understanding one another, we begin to actually be close friends. Though again, I'm not one of Natalie's closest friends, I have to admit. Even though Natalie's one of my closest friends, I'm not one of her closest friends, because I don't have that many friends. She has shit tons of friends, okay? Yeah. Natalie's not an open book, though right now she's more open than before, of course. But she's still someone that's like a puzzle, and you need to solve her. And once it's solved, you finally know how she responds to maybe your question, or an action of sorts. Like, if I get upset and rage, maybe because I fail my exam, I know exactly what Natalie will say. She will calm me down and then say, come on, it's fine. And then the more I rage and the more I rant, she's going to be like, you know what, just fuck it. I don't care. It's your fault. But if I'm like, okay, whatever, she's going to say, yay, and then she's going to disappear. See, I know exactly how Natalie will respond to something because I finally solved her. Now I want to solve Mary, though I don't think I have enough time. I've also solved Jordana in a way, though again, no one knows why has she become the person that she is now, innocent, pure. Come on, Jordana, stop pretending. And then we have Pink, who's not she's complicated, but in a way she's not scarily complicated. Like, if you know her background, the things that had happened to her, you sort of know where she's coming from. Yeah. And people are like, oh, women are scary, but men is just as scary. I mean, look at people like Keith. Look at people like Jeffrey, for God's sake. Like, look at people like Kingsley. Like, Kingsley's complicated, though, for good reason. Like, if Kingsley's super open about himself, like, he's not going to get along with anyone. But because he wants people to feel safe around him, he purposefully acts. I mean, he actually is like a really uplifting and a really positive boy. I mean, he's always been, and I believe that that's one of his true personalities. So I don't mind Kingsley being complicated. Jeffrey being complicated, just fuck off. Keith is a sociopath. He's immensely dangerous. If I see Keith in real life, I'm gonna stare him down, and I'm gonna threaten him, and oh, Keith, man, Keith, little boy. Man, I swear, I don't know what I'm going to do if I see Keith in real life, but I'm gonna do something. Okay, I'm gonna do something. He's a dangerous person. That's why I'm gonna do something. But yeah, there you go. There you go. Time now is 11:32 a.m. p.m. I feel like I've already talked enough today. My conversation with Pink continued, and we continued to talk about some deep, scary stuff about people. Though we have different opinions on things, I said how I personally believe that as time goes by, as people grow up, they become more and more mature after secondary school, so I don't have to worry about, being betrayed, being stabbed in the back, or anything. I don't have to worry about drama as much as I do before, because I believe people mature. But Pink has a different take on this. Pink believes that people get more and more complicated as they grow up. So I don't know. And while Pink says she doesn't know Mary's personality, she still advised me to be careful and not say everything. And we did talk about Kingsley a little bit, because Kingsley is kind of complicated of a person as well. And we also talked about Oliver, because speaking of which, Mary does care about Oliver a lot. Not in a romantic way, though. I don't get that sense, but Mary knows that Oliver is struggling socially, just like me, except he's doing better than me. And Oliver also feels really kind of insecure in the inside, like any other boy, basically, like most other boys, basically, including me. But Mary cares for Oliver, which is, like, even though I don't know Mary's real personality, at least that's one thing that I admire. And you may be saying, oh, maybe Mary's pretending. No, she's not. I can tell. Like, there's some real friendship action going on. But yeah, we talked a lot, and I talked about Keith. Like, Keith is dangerous. Like, Keith plays people. Keith sees people as toys. He has no feelings, and he's a very corrupted person. And I also talked about Natalie, like how Natalie became more mature since Form 2, and Pink's like, no. Apparently Kingsley told Pink that Natalie is untrustable in Form 6, and is still, like, kind of crazy. Kingsley told Pink that, even though Kingsley and Natalie are supposedly close as well. But I was like, nah. Kingsley and Natalie aren't in the same class in Form 2. I was, okay? And I know that Natalie, back in Form 2, straight up insane. So much more psychotic than she is now. Right now, she's actually at the most stable in her entire damn life. And I also said Natalie isn't inherently evil. In fact, a lot of people aren't evil, they just have a different moral standard. They just have a different philosophy. They just have a different thought process. So just because this person I cannot trust doesn't mean this person is bad. It just means that we have opposing interests and opposing ideas. So we're going to have conflicts and we're going to misunderstand one another and we're going to try to attack one another. But it doesn't mean that this person is evil. It just means that he's not on the same page as I do. So yeah, there are some people who are truly evil for the sake of evil, like causing chaos because it's fun, or hurting people because it's fun, or hurting people because it gives you an advantage. Then that is true evil. But everybody, I feel like most people are not evil. That's just how I feel. And even though there are all sorts of different people and we have disagreements with all sorts of people, at the end of the day, they are not evil, okay? But yeah, that's all. I'm going to listen to music, see if I have any more college homework, though I want to take a rest again. And I'm gonna watch anime, of course. I'm gonna chill. Tomorrow, I'm gonna stay at my apartment the whole day. Again, just chilling around, not doing anything important. Maybe play some Minecraft again, or not. Yeah, just chilling. Hopefully there's some progress in my short film department, and I will tell Natalie, Grant, and Zara that I'm free on November 12th, hoping that they're also free and we can hang out again after 2 months. But chances are they probably won't be free. They'll say something like, Enoch, we're busy, okay? Go back to your little college. I'm in a university now. Even though American college and Hong Kong University are the same thing. Yeah. But I'll still tell them. Why not? At the end, I told Pink I have become more and more honest, and I hate lying. I don't like lying to people. Hiding my own thoughts and feelings hurt. I know how it feels like, and it hurts. Okay? And then Pink said, yeah, that's true, though don't reveal yourself to everyone. Only reveal your true self to one or two people that you trust. Lie, if necessary. Which I think, sure, lying to protect yourself is fine, honestly. And it's something that I don't hate, but I probably won't do that. And I think I am more mature than that. I think I can protect myself without even lying. I think there are other ways of protecting yourself other than lying and hiding your true personality. But to each their own, I guess. There we go. Hey! Ohayo gozaimasu. Right now it is 2:02 p.m. On November 11th. So, it's actually been 1 year since 2019 November 11th. And on that day, 5 of my schoolmates were arrested by the cops, by the popo, and a guy a street away from me got shot by the police because he's one of the protesters, and that is why I was like really, really late for school on that day. The shooting also happened right under Topher, because Topher also lived on that block, like directly on that block. I don't live on that block, okay? But my bus station is 1 street away from that block. But yeah. Rough times. And then at around the same time, the police began to sort of attack the 2 universities, the Poly U and the CU, the Chinese University, I think. and these two universities were under siege for over 2 weeks. There were students, teenagers, adolescents who are about 19, 20 years old, trapped in there for 6 days, 7 days, even more. And for every single second that they are there, they are breathing. They are breathing tear gas. They're breathing pepper spray, and they're starving. And they're not drinking any water. They're running out of water. They're trying to escape because the police are closing in. If the police close in, if the police catch them, they hand them over to the Chinese government, and they will probably lose their lives. And to escape, some of them went into the sewer system and never be found. Some of them found other smart ways to escape, but got caught at the end. These were dark times for Hong Kong. These were times when, people's freedom of speech were seriously undermined. They are losing their lives. Those university students, they're fighting for their lives, because by protesting, they're risking dying, quite literally. And it's a day to be remembered. It's a day to be remembered. Anyways, I fell asleep at around 3:30 a.m. and then I woke up 1 p.m., I was just really tired, and now I'm fine. I don't feel as tired as I was yesterday. No Mary today. No email, not a single reply email from those professors that I sent an email to. I don't know why. I really need to find out, why is this phenomenon happening? Why is it that the classes, they just close mysteriously? I really don't understand why. I need to find out why. Yeah, no news on the short film side of things as well. No news on the school side of things. I told Natalie and Grant that, and Zara that, I'm free on November 12th. And they don't reply, so I guess they're busy. I don't know. No news on anything. Yeah. And today I won't play some Minecraft today, because I feel like, every time I finish filming Minecraft, I will put the video into the computer, and my computer doesn't have infinite storage space, So those video files are really, really big, and I just don't want to blow it up, Though I will be uploading 2 videos today, one Minecraft video, one thoughts update video, and then afterwards I am going, maybe today I will make a shot list, and then at the same time I will do something college related, though there aren't any homework that I need to hand in like immediately today, though there are a few things like an essay and another essay that I need to write, and I need to start working on them. And that's pretty much today. I just had McDonald's for breakfast / lunch. And that's all. That's all. Yesterday I and Pink had a long conversation. Yeah, I've talked about this, I know. But it's cool that different people have different takeaways from one woman. Like Mary, people like Cedric, Natalie, and Grant perceive her as someone shallow and basic. And then Pink, while Pink doesn't know her all that well, Pink perceives her as someone to be careful about, because she's heard some bad things about Mary. So different people have different takeaways from Mary. Different people see different sides of Mary. Mary is a layered person. Mary has multiple sides. Mary has multiple dimensions. And it's just very interesting. Now, I'm not going to speak to Mary today or tomorrow. I feel like I should take another long break. Actually, I'm kind of waiting. I know it's not going to happen, but if Mary voluntarily starts a conversation with me instead of me starting with her, it would be great. Though I don't think there's any chance of that, because, like, why? Why, you know? Um, like she has no reason to do that. Oh my god. But yeah, I'm just gonna take a break for now. And yeah, Mary's the kind of person you want to pick her brain, you know? Like, there's a caring side. Like, Mary really cares about Oliver. And then there are all these rumors about her being shady and snaky. And then there are these little Instagram stories, these little clues, little hints that shows that Mary may be a pervert and a very rebellious person. And all the rumors about her trying e-cigarettes with Oliver, you know, she's very rebellious. You know, she's making graffiti on the walls. Um, and yeah, she's horny. She likes to not wear as many clothes, but at the same time, she's not a thought because she doesn't show off, but she gives off a very, very sexual vibe. Like, even if she's wearing a lot of clothes, like a sweater, you can still feel the sexuality in her voice, not because she's half naked or anything, but because she the way she acts, it's so hypnotizing. The way she speaks, it's so mesmerizing. It's like I'm being drugged. And Mary is layered again. Like, she's really nice and she's honest to a certain degree. And she's been through some shit. And she knows that she's not perfect. And she acknowledges that she has a dark side herself. But at the same time, she's not like, ha ha ha, I'm so edgy. Like, at the same time, she's realistic. Like, she has layers, she has multitudes. And I really like that about her. She's a person that you would want to pick her brain on. Alright, time now is 12:02 a.m. in the morning of 11th 12th. November 12th. That is. Yeah, it's been a really, really quiet day, though not completely quiet. Um, I, spent like 1.5 hours a day, continue building my school in Minecraft, and I took a couple of photos, put it on Instagram, and Marty, Cedric, and Natalie, out of all people, Natalie responded to me. Natalie said, bruh, of course, given the very professional person that she is, everything I do, she's just gonna respond with, bruh, like I'm some sort of idiot, you know? Oh yeah, Natalie's very smart. I get it now, okay? She's very professional and smart and good at everything, okay? I get it. Shut up. uh, but yeah, that's all. No news on the school side of things, no news on the short film side of things. I talked to my mom's. I sent some texts to my mom's friend yesterday, who also studied in the same college as I was, asking him about enrollment, but he hadn't replied yet. The other two professors hadn't replied yet. The short film guy hadn't replied yet. No news from Pink or Leo or Mary today. Pretty much nothing. I also didn't do any homework today. Figured I should take some rest. And because today I don't have that much to do, it's actually increasingly difficult for me to, I guess, concentrate. So, but yeah, I'm still fine. I'm still going strong. I'm still a strong man, mentally strong. If you know what I mean, if you know what I'm talking about. However, oh yeah, I also looked at the online classes. Most of the online classes I picked, that I enrolled in, are still open for some reason. So enrollment, I don't get it. There are classes that are already full before the enrollment even began, and then there are classes that are still open 3 days after the enrollment. It makes no sense. There is some BS going on, and I need to find out what it is before the next enrollment happens, so I know exactly what to do. But yeah, this is some crazy BS. This is some crazy, crazy, crazy BS. Okay, film studies in spring. Let's see. Let me check it again. Oh, all closed. Right. Now it's all closed. Except for one class. But yeah, now it's all closed. But yeah, the Film 21 is still open though. The Film 21. Oh. Oh, it's closed now. It's closed now. What the fuck? Earlier today when I checked it, it's still open. It's closed now. Wow. These classes are shutting down like flies. Holy. Holy. There are just so many people joining these classes in high speed. And then there are still classes that are still open. Film 9, Film 11. Okay. Math 20. Which is intermediate algebra. I believe this is the only class that I'm comfortable picking, that I'm fully agreeable on, the time slot and the instructor / professor, and that class is still open. So maybe not a lot of people are taking that class. Who knows? None of the classes in Math 20 are closed. Same goes for Math 21. I don't know why. Odd. Maybe not a lot of people need to study this. Maybe a lot of people already jumped ahead because they've already studied calculus in high school. No one knows. No one knows. But I need to do this because this is my placement. Even though theoretically I can just jump straight up into pre-calculus, but just to make sure, I'm going to take intermediate algebra just to make sure. Shouldn't be that difficult. Gosh darn it. Actually, maybe I'll be able to waiver myself into Math 2 directly without taking Math 32. If that's possible, then hell yeah. God damn it, there's a roach. Earlier this afternoon, there's another roach here, and I managed to scare it off into the hallway. Oh my god, I don't know what's going on. But yeah, basically nothing happened today. I'm gonna listen to music, watch Dark, go to sleep. End of today. Tomorrow, nowhere. So no news from Natalie or Grant or Zara. They're busy, I guess. Natalie did exist today. That's all I can say. She did exist, just for a little bit. But yeah, tomorrow is the only day in all of the Thursdays when I am completely free and I don't have to take my film class. So I can, if they want to meet up and invite me, I'll be there in time. But no. And I don't blame them. They probably have other things scheduled on that day. But, yeah. Yeah. Well, that's unfortunate. How many days has it been? I think it's been 52? 53? I don't know. I was counting. I had a Google spreadsheet where I count like how many days it has been since I've not seen a single schoolmate, like former schoolmate or friend in real life. Maybe I've talked to them in WhatsApp, doesn't matter. Seen in real life. It's been 57 days. It's also been 183 days since the end of everything. 183. And a total of 183 plus 111, 294. 294 days since the last normal school day. Yeah. I've also talked to. I also thought a little bit about Mary today. how polarizing she is. It's funny how different people have different takeaways about Mary. It's almost like if I get close with Mary, not like close, like, I don't know, say hi to her, you know, in speech day in Grafton, people will be like, "Ooh, what are you doing?" Like, if I do this to Jordana in a very public way, people will look down on me. Like, why are you being friends with Jordana? Only rats, only simps are friends of Jordana's. Maybe they'll look at me the same way. You're simping for Mary. You can't do that. You're lame. You're lame. You're a little boy. You're measly. You're weak because you're simping for Mary. But, of course, if I'm friends with, like, I don't know, Pink, it's fine. Because clearly I'm not simping Pink. Clearly I'm being supportive and caring towards Pink in an absolutely healthy friendship. But no, if it's Mary, I don't know. I honestly don't know. But Mary has a lot of friends of her own. And it's not like her friends have a bad reputation or anything. So I have no idea. But, and also, it's not that Pink's words brought me down, telling me to be careful and telling me that Mary may actually be a very complicated evil monster. It's not like her words brought me down or anything. I very much still want to speak to her, though it's like, oof, because, like, a week ago, she still, like, at least for me, I know that she has a dark side. I know there's something wrong with her, something fishy, something snaky going on with her. Though, from what I can tell, she's a nice person in the core. But now I'm unsure. So, and again, it's not like Pink's words changed me or anything. Like, I've always known, but at a point I was quite sure that she's nice at the core. Yeah.